Hello, this is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. This is kind of middle of the road of repair, and this is Robert's Telephone from Ohio. And we've done an initial checkout video of this telephone, and it basically was having a problem with it would not dial out. And so we've been through the dial, the keypad, the touch tone keypad, which is right here, and we've determined that dial or the touch tone keypad is in good shape. So it's going to be just fine. We need a bridge rectifier, and so I have been into the touch tone and checked it out and troubleshooted it. Here's some covers to the keypad itself, and basically right here what we have is a bridge rectifier, and so that we can protect the circuit. I like to make my own. I'm going to go ahead and get my soldering iron here. You can make your own bridge rectifiers, or like I like to make my own and always have, or you can purchase them. But the deal with these bridge rectifiers is if you buy a sealed bridge rectifier, you can't go in and individually check the diodes if something goes wrong. So I've always made my own. I like to do that, and don't have a problem with it. So what we're going to do basically here is we're going to start soldering them together. I'm going to get this soldered up real quick. It's a little warm there from the solder. We'll get this soldered up and get it connected into the phone. There's quite a few different little connections that you would have to make. It's not really that simple. There's quite a few little connections that have to be made, and so we're kind of just making those connections right now. Get some of these squared away for you real quick. Get these ready to be soldered. As soon as we get this bridge rectifier in, we will go ahead and test it real quick. And a couple more connections here that we have to make. Little guy gets a little warm when you're working on them and soldering them. And there's a specific way that you have to wire these. You just can't walk up to them and start putting connections all over the place. You have to wire them properly, or it's just not going to work. We got a couple more final connections here to make for solder joints. Try to get that to sit where I want it to sit. We kind of just want to check everything, check all of our connections, make sure that everything looks good. Might hit this guy one more time right here. Sometimes you find stuff you don't like. Give it a little more, and that should do it. Okay, so basically now what we can do is we can do some testing here and get this back cover on properly. You'd be surprised how many of these telephones come in and they don't have the plastic on them, the cover, and I guess that's because people, you know, trying to look the telephone over, or they're troubleshooting out a problem or something, or they're looking to see a problem. They'll cut these plastic guards off, and really they're there for protection so things don't short out some of your connections, and it does help keep the dust out of them. And so, you know, it's a good idea not to remove them and leave them off. But you'd be surprised how many telephones I get in where they've removed them. We'll go ahead and plug the telephone in to the analyzer. We have dial tone. I'm going to go ahead and ring the phone. Let it go one more time. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to do some dialing with this telephone now. There's your numbers. End in a 2. Hang it up. Get dial tone. Speak into the handset. Hello, 1, 2, 3. Every time you see that red light on the analyzer, it's an indication of 100% modulation. So what we want to do now is I'm going to dial one more time. And end in a 2. I'm going to go ahead and switch the telephone line cord over to a regular telephone line. We have dial tone. And I'm going to go ahead and dial, say, a time and temp number.
Good evening. Credit issues? Apply by phone anytime at 622-4600. 622-4600. Same-day approval available. Today is Friday, June 3rd. The time is 6:38. Current temperature 104 degrees. Now the weather forecast for the Belleville area. Mostly clear tonight, lows in the low 70s, mostly sunny, hot and humid on Saturday, highs in the mid-90s, heat index around 100.
Okay. Now I'm going to dial my number. Get some dial tone here. Should be busy. And then one more time, since there was a dialing issue with this telephone. Get dial tone. Dial the time and temp number again.
Good evening. Credit issues? Apply by phone anytime at 622-4600. 622-4600. Same-day approval available. Today is Friday, June 3rd. The time is 6:39. Current temperature 104 degrees. Now the weather forecast for the Belleville area. Mostly clear tonight, lows in the low 70s, mostly sunny, hot and humid on Saturday, high.
Okay, so now we know the telephone is in working condition and that the keypad, the touch tone is working, and it really does work, and it's in good condition, and it does dial out. We have a bridge rectifier in the circuit now, and what we'll do is we'll wrap all that up and put our keypad, our touch tone pad, back into the telephone, put everything back together again. This telephone is in working condition now, and we'll always have the proper polarity on the telephone at this point. I'll ring it one more time. Let it go one more time. And I'll go ahead and dial the numbers one more time. And back to it too. Try that one more time. Back to it too. So we know this telephone works now, and that's not an issue. Dial tone. Everything is finished up, and the touch tone is fine. We'll get the telephone back together again, and we'll just use this as the final checkout video, and we know the telephone is in fine working condition. Now, I'm not sure what the light issue is. I have talked to Robert, and we had talked about putting a bridge rectifier in this telephone so that it had proper polarity, and polarity wouldn't be an issue any longer. And we really didn't talk about the light too much. I'm not sure if he cares if the light works, but it's just it's a situation where he can wire a transformer to it at any time, really. And we do have some calls about people have seen some of the videos that we've done about LED lighting, because these lights can consume quite a bit of power, and the AC transformers seem to get really hot or warm. And there's been some call for what we do as a conversion with some LED lights now, and light everything with LED lights so there's no power consumption or very little power consumption, and the transformers don't get really hot or warm. So anyway, this is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. This is Robert's Princess Telephone from Ohio. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.